Good day, friends. I am Dr. Rene Joseph Bulizer. We'll be talking about the Advent season, especially in relation to the message of the Holy Father, Pope Benedict XVI, regarding the year of the faith. Now, maybe without your knowledge, a lot of people all over the world are now so concerned about the so-called end of the world. We are 7 billion people on earth now, and more than half of us said or think or believe that by December 21st, there will be the end of the world. Can you imagine that? End of the world. God created this planet, and according to history, the planet Earth is already 4,650,000,000 years old. So, after 4,650,000,000 years, God will ultimately destroy this planet Earth, where we, part of the 7 billion people, are inhabiting right now. Now, my dear friends, our church, the Catholic Church, through our bishop, like Archbishop Jose Palma, the president of CBCP, has already issued a statement that we should not believe in these so-called doomsayers. Why? Many of us, Christians, believe that only God, the Father, knows. Nobody here on earth, especially human being, knows the time, when, exact date, when will be the end of the world. Now, I got this news that even the head of the so-called Mayan tribe, those who believe in this so-called Mayan belief or religion, his name is Wakatil Oti. He said, no, didn't really mention about the end of the world. It's just the end of their calendar. And the end of their calendar doesn't really mean that it's also the end of the world. Because in their belief, every 5,250 years, it will be the end of a new era. So, you see, we don't have to worry. We have to enjoy everything in this Christmas time and with full hopes await for the new year 2013. Now again, the church assured us, even Jesus, our Lord in the Bible said, even me, Christ said, I have no idea when will be the time when I will come to the planet Earth to save us or to condemn us according to our deeds here on earth. So again, let's leave this topic now on about the so-called end of the world. It's not true. And although some scientists said that there could be some events that may occur between now and before the new year, like there could be strong earthquakes, tsunamis possibly. There could be strong typhoons like we have now 2 weeks ago. That could be possible. But we should not link it to the so-called end of the world as prophesied on quotation, the so-called the Mayan tribe. They themselves denied it. Okay? So, let's enjoy. We are now in Advent. Talking about Advent in relation to our preparation to the birth of our Lord. And also for the New Year. And also as we still are in the so-called the year of faith. Advent, according to the Holy Father, means coming and arrival. No? The period of coming and arrival. Who is coming? We have to celebrate the birth of the Son of God. Jesus Christ, who was born over 2,000 years ago. Now, my dear friends, the Holy Father in his last Angelus message, last Wednesday, he was so very concerned about how the people on earth, including us, Christians, not only those who are not Christians, who are still celebrating Christmas, like if you go to Singapore. Those of you who have gone to Singapore during Christmas season, you will really see there, my goodness, all over the world, pinakabungga ang ilang preparation, decorations, everything all about Christmas. And yet, how many people are in Singapore? There are 4.4 million people in Singapore. But, as of now, according to the 2012 survey, of the 4.4 million people in Singapore, only 10% are Catholics. But if you go to Singapore, from the airport down to the Orchard Road, the very beautiful city, It's all highly decorated with all those words there, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, etc. Well decorated, not a single street in Singapore not decorated with lights. But again, this is what the Holy Father has reminded us. He said lately, very recently, that he's so worried about that we Christians are also being affected, are also being copying what the Western world are doing every Christmas. Although, there's something we could be proud of. What? We said, in the entire world, Philippines is celebrating the longest Christmas period. The longest Christmas time. Imagine, October, Merry Christmas na. You can hear it on the radio. When you go to some malls, they're already playing Christmas songs, and you can already see some decoration on Christmas. And immediately, right after the so-called, we celebrate the All Saints' Day. My goodness, the following day. All the candles are gone. It's all replaced with all types of decorations. You see? Starting November 3. Even up to after Pista Senior, mid of January. That's why we have the longest Christmas celebration in the entire world. Is that good? Of course, in some aspects. But there are points which will say, oh, that's too much. Abusar na ning ato in one way or another. But, do you know, the Holy Father said, I'm so very concerned, the Holy Father said, of the so-called, the way we celebrate Christmas is now overshadowed by consumerism. It's very true. And he said, true happiness in Christmas is not found in materialism. Because if that is the one will be our gauge, whether we are really happy in this Christmas. Like if you ask the youngster now, the teenagers now, pare, do you think this Christmas is much better than the one we have last year? Or do you think this is really a real Merry Christmas compared to 2011? Then many will say, oh, it depends. If I don't have Christmas gift, if we don't have Christmas bonus, if we don't have 13-month pay, if we don't have Christmas party, if we don't have exchanging gift, I don't think so my Christmas is merry. You see, this is a very practical situation in which many people, including us here in the Philippines, dare to say, oh, I don't expect my Christmas will be very, very good this year. Why? I lose my job. I don't have a good salary. I have nothing to spend for my friends, for my family. I cannot buy gifts for everybody. No. That is not the gauge, my dear friends. This is the very word, the warning of the Holy Father about the so-called overshadowed by consumerism. Of course, in fairness to the businessmen, that's their job. To entice us that as early as November, as early as now, you have to prepare yourself. You have to prepare a certain amount so that you can buy these gifts. Everybody must be happy. There must be exchanging gifts. You have to buy all these things. If you cannot buy it, then your Christmas will not be merry, will not be happy. No. The problem is sometimes, very true, because survey says only 20% of the Catholics go to church on Sundays. Can you imagine? So 80% who do not go to church cannot hear the real message of Christ through the pulpit given to us in sermons and homilies of our priests or bishops. In fairness to our clergy and bishops, every time they give homily, especially in this Advent season, their main point in the homilies is really towards how we must celebrate Christmas. That the very core of Christmas is really in preparation for the birth of Christ. Not our birthday, not your birthday, not anybody's birthday, but the birthday of our Lord. We must concentrate on that. You see? The very word alone, consumerism, is something. Now, there's one point we should remember. Even how many decorations you have in your home, from your gate to the trees surrounding your house, anywhere, a lot of types of decorations. But what makes that family or that house really is a Catholic house, a Catholic Christian house, which will differ you from other homes. You must have a bilin. in your sala. You may put it in your sala. You may put it on top of the refrigerator, on top of your old model television, or in your room, or in the altar, as long as it's family who profess that they are really followers, baptized in the name of the Church of Christ, Catholics, we must have bilin in our respective homes. Without the bilin, no matter how many thousands of lights you have surrounding your home, no matter how many stars you have, how many lanterns you have, as long as you do not bilin your homes, I don't think so. It gives the real meaning why we are celebrating Christmas. Why? It's the manger. Of course, you know how the manger originated. Thanks to Saint Francis of Assisi. Because of him, we have the manger. Because of him, we have the bilin. Because Saint Francis of Assisi wants that we must concentrate on the birth of Christ, the birth of our hope, the birth of our salvation. Without it, everything will be meaningless. See, a lot of young people will say, my Christmas will just going with my friends, having a lot of drinking spree the whole night long, exchanging gifts. After that, the next day, it's all gone. But if you have the real meaning of Christmas in your heart, my goodness, for you, every day is a Christmas day. Even it's already January 2013, you still long for that day when we celebrate the birth of the Son of our God, Jesus Christ. So again, point number 1, there is no such thing as end of the world on December 23 or 21. Point number 2 is the message of our Holy Father to each one of us. We are 1.16 billion Catholics now. This is a message to us. Be careful of consumerism. Do not be drawn by materialism. Christmas is not gauged on how many gifts you have, how many money you have, but it is love, peace, and joy within your heart, within our family, within the Christmas day. Well, let's pause for a moment, and when we come back, let's talk about deeper the message of the Holy Father for us during this Christmas season.